Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, the stories are coming thick and fast today because there's a lot of happenings within the Nigerian space. So I will recommend that you stay tuned to this channel at least for the next day or two, because the stories are going to be coming like an avalanche. Guys, I bring you this: presidency attacks Sowore over statement on Issa Fantua. Issa Fantua, of course, a leading member of the cabal, recently passed on. Sowore obviously made a comment that I have not yet done a video on, but that video will come subsequently, as you know. But we first go to the reaction of the presidency, i.e. Mallam Buhari, as again, presidency attacks Sowore over statement on Issa Fantua. So now let's now see what the comatose president of the Nigerian state, Mallam Buhari, has to say. The Nigerian presidency has issued a statement on a recent revelation by Sahara Reporters founder Omoyele Sowore on his meeting with the late Issa Fantua whilst he was in detention at our DSS facility. Sowore on Tuesday disclosed that he clashed with Fantua during a reconciliation meeting which had Nduka Obiegbana, Vanguard publisher Sam Amuka, and Garba Shehu. Below is a statement sent to correspondent by Garba Shehu, the president's spokesman. So now let's not get into the statement. Let's get the facts straight on the meeting with Sowore in SSS detention. First, it is important to state that the meeting was not instructed by the government. Nobody sent anybody to go and negotiate, and that negotiate is in quotation marks. So nobody sent anybody to go and negotiate Sowore's freedom, as he puts it. The late Mallam Ismaila, that is Fantua, of course, because Fantua's first name is Ismaila, so Ismaila Issa Fantua is his full name. The late Mallam Ismaila, on his own, called me to ask that I broker a meeting with him and two others with the SSS, which they agreed to. It is important that I state that it was the force of Mallam Ismaila's argument that made the meeting possible. Vanguard newspaper publisher Sam Amaka and This Day publisher and president news press organization Nduka Obiegbana all agreed that Sowore was a rascal who had used his newspaper to abuse all of us, but agreed nonetheless to go and press for his release. He said he was happy with a resolution proposed that his lawyer, whoever that was, needed to come on board. The fence mending process apparently collapsed after the meeting of the trio with the lawyer in Lagos. I don't know what Sowore wants to achieve by distorting the facts of what transpired, but my advice to him is that he should stop his attack on a dead, well-meaning intercessor. Knowing the way the Secret Service works, it should surprise no one if they keep a recording of that meeting. Faced with this posturing and the unfair attack on the dead, we certainly will be forced to ask for the release of the tapes in case they are available for the public to judge. So this is now Garba Shehu now speaking to a meeting that took place between himself, Issa Fantua, Omoyele Sowore, whilst he was with the DSS, and two publishers of prominent newspapers. So I shall speak to this because I am starting to have issues with Omoyele Sowore, and this is really coming off the back of a lot of things that he's been saying when he will paint black as white and he will try to change the facts that we have seen visibly. He said he was not a supporter of Buhari. He said that in a recent interview, in several recent interviews. But the Buhari coming in, the Buhari incarnation was quite recent, and we all saw the role that Omoyele Sowore played in that particular build-up to the Buhari coming into position. We saw the drumbeat of Omoyele Sowore and his media organization. We saw his presentations on several media outlets. We saw his presence at the APC headquarters, and we saw were him on several instances saying that anything, even Buhari, is better than Jonathan. So he campaigned either overtly or covertly, quite fervently for Buhari. So him now saying that he's not a supporter of Buhari is trying to change the facts that we have on the ground. So that's the one thing. And the other thing is him now trying to repaint Goodluck Jonathan. Goodluck Jonathan, whether you like him or not, there's really no refuting the fact that Goodluck Jonathan was a good man. A lot of Nigerians, even in the north, the northerner will tell you that, that Goodluck Jonathan, he was a good man. That Goodluck Jonathan, he was a good man. But what he lacked was the potency and the force of will to impose his personality on his governance, to pull back the corruption. But if you look at the policy thrust of his regime, you can see that he was pointing Nigeria in the right direction. Transportation, infrastructure, education, everything you know, all the rail services you know about, the Lagos-Ibadan expressway that he had done 30% before he left office, they've not done much since, you know, the Ibadan to Lagos expressway, which he was going to do after he had completed the Kano tour. So he's done a lot. So you cannot rebrand this man, which Omoyele Sowore is trying to do. Omoyele Sowore seems to have a generous understanding of his placing in society and the world. He's just a rascal noisemaker. Is a tool rather than an object. This is really what Omoyele Sowore needs to understand, because Omoyele Sowore is not a destination, is part of the vehicles that is being ridden to that destination. He's a noisemaker. He was used, of course, by El Rufai when they were trying to beat Jonathan out of office and dumped. Used by Buhari and dumped. He is being used now and he will be dumped. He was used by Tinubu and dumped. So Omoyele Sowore needs to really have an understanding of who he is and how he is perceived, at least by the more intellectual people. The hoi pollois on the street will always chant the name of anybody that is making enough noise and speaking enough grammar. But then, of course, the movement within any society is never determined by the hoi pollois. Is determined by the middle class and the intelligentsias and the academia and the power brokers. And these people don't really rate Sowore at all, because, of course, we all know his antecedents and we know what he's all about. Sowore, along with all these Nnamdi Kanu kind of characters, they are just vehicles that are being ridden to the destination that we want to our country rather to arrive at. They are not a destination in and of itself and by themselves. Conversations in the comment section. Actually, let me not round it off just quite so quickly. I am not, of course, in favor of Gabache, who is a complete moron. But if there's any tapes of the meetings between Omoyele Sowore and Issa Fantua, because all secret services do have a tendency to eavesdrop on conversations, and if you're having conversations within their facilities, then you can be almost certain that that is going to be eavesdropped on. So if they have tape recordings of this conversation now that took place between Fantua and Omoyele Sowore, they can just leak it in the public, because this Omoyele Sowore now, he now needs to be exposed so that he has an understanding of who he is and his I'm not going to say mindless following, but the is following that are not as clued up as they should be. Let me put it that way. His followings that are not as clued up as they should be should have an understanding of what this Omoyele Sowore is all about as well, because this guy is just an opportunist, and this opportunity presents itself. And I'm saying is an opportunist, and of course, when you say somebody is an opportunist within the Nigerian space, you immediately put a $sign around that. I'm not necessarily saying that Sowore is an opportunist seeking for money, but he loves the adulation, he loves the attention, he loves the notoriety, and he loves being that sort of character that he tries to portray himself to the public as, which of course a lot of us feel and know for certain that he's not. But then of course not everybody has the cranial function or the pause for thought to really get to grips with the sort of character that Omoyele is. Anyway, let me round it off there before I ramble on. We can do the rambling in the comment section. Come join me there. But before you do that, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Once you've done all three, come tell me now what you are making of this now part between what's left of the cabal that is Fantua gone, Abakari gone, and so we have about 3-4 of them left, Amamandabra and the rest of them. I'm not sure where they're hiding their heads, but whatever your thoughts are, come share them with me in the comment section. But I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation with you in the comment section. But here I say peace.